I'm Marla, and I want to share my first memory of Marjorie Jones. Gotta go way back to the summer of 1990 when my husband Mark and I first moved to Clarence Center with our 3 little children, Jace, Molly, and Mary, who were 2, 4, and 6. We decided once we had moved back home to church shop a little bit to see what church felt like the church we would like to be a family with at. And we came the very first Sunday to Zion Lutheran Church, and wouldn't you know it, the bells were playing that Sunday. And I turned to my husband and I said, that's it, we're done shopping. I want to be where that woman is. Thank you, Marge, for 26 years of your talent, your gifts, your love, your friendship.
When I was expecting my first baby, I planned to ring for Christmas since I wasn't due until January. When she came 2 weeks early, I was panicked, realizing that Marge would have to find someone to play for Christmas Eve, and she only had 4 days to do that. Marge was so great, saying that it would be no problem to find someone, and she took the time to ask how the baby and I were doing. Thank goodness for Marge, who is always so gracious and is never ruffled by a change in plans.
Something Marge often said during practice was, "Bear with me," and this was when we had to go back over a particular section of music repeatedly. But this gentle persistence helped us do our best, and now with the health issues that Marge faces, we bear with her once more, and we are there for her.
Growing up with Mrs. Jones as my neighbor, she was like a third grandmother to me. From sewing my dresses each birthday, to inviting me over to join in her extravagant Christmas cookie baking, to being one of the first to introduce me to my love of music that's followed me through my life. I'm so grateful for all of the time we've spent together.
Marge is a rare treasure. It had been many years since I had played in a bell choir, and the music at Zion Lutheran Church was much more difficult. Marge took the time to meet with me individually, and I will always appreciate her patience and kindness.
About 24 years ago, I told Marge I was interested in joining the handbell choir, and she asked if I'd ever read music or played an instrument before, and I said, well, it's been a lot of years. Maybe when I was about 11 was the last time I played any kind of music, piano. So I'm not good at reading music. And she said, don't worry about that. She marks the music. So I came in and she tested out how I rang and if I could follow her directions. Must have done okay because she invited me in. Been ringing ever since. I've loved playing bells with Marge and learned a lot from her. Thank you, Marge.
Hi, Marge.
I'm Mrs. Jones.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for all of these years. You've provided a wonderful opportunity for me to ring to God's glory with my family. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
We love you.
I'll never forget the day that Marge taught me how to ring bells. So it's a week before the first rehearsal, and I walk into the sanctuary, and far off in the corner I see this little old lady, and she's got the biggest grin plastered on her face and 2 tiny bells in her hands. And so looking back at it, I don't know how she was happy. Like she was teaching a teenager how to ring the left bell in his hand when there was a little L under the note. Like this is the most straightforward thing ever, and I can't imagine how difficult I made it, knowing how much of a numbskull I can be. But she was just so patient and so caring, and she always took the time to explain things so thoroughly and just be there with me through every step of the way. And that patience is just, it's absurd to me. It's amazing. So, Marge, thank you for everything you do.
Well, I grew up next door to the Joneses, so I think my destiny as a member of one of the bell choirs was set pretty much from the start. But as a kid, ringing the bells was great fun. You get to ring them and shake them and whack them with mallets. And I can remember graduating then to an adult choir and just being in awe of those guys who could ring some of those enormous bells. But what I think I remember the most about that time were those sheets of music. And now I can't read music, and so on mine, these little letters L and R would always magically appear below each note. And I think only now do I appreciate just what a labor of love that was for Mrs. Jones.
Kind, gentle, encouragement, gentle persuasion. In the 15 years I've known you, Marge, All these words describe you, and I have never heard a harsh or unkind word from you. You have touched so many lives through music, both for those that heard the music and those that you taught music to. The only way to make us better was to push us past our comfort zone. We love you, and we thank you, Marge.
Well, it has been 20 years that I have been a part of Marge's choir, and I have loved every minute of it. From starting with the chime choir to moving to the junior bells, to then going to the adult choir. She has just been such an inspiration and has made my love for music grow into what it is today. Marge, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to teach every one of us and for sharing your love and knowledge of music with us all of these years. We truly love you.